this slide is about a communication partner. So when you're a communication partner, we are going to go over this one. You need to identify yourself. We talked about that a little bit, okay? And I'm not going to read through all of that, but you want to, if you're a communication partner for a child, you want to make sure they know who you are, okay? You want to identify yourself, and we'll talk about how to do that in a minute. And then we did touch on this, but I want to emphasize it again, to use communication for a variety of purposes, especially those of us, in early childhood. I think we kind of have that, we got to let them make choices, and that's important, but don't forget those other things, to give information, to get information, to express your feelings, and whether that's, with moving towards something more abstract or something very concrete, or the gestures and the body language that individual children use. You want to give them a chance to do that. And always, sometimes I forgot to say earlier, sometimes if a child is totally deaf and totally blind, or has real severe and profound losses, a mom will ask, or a family will ask, well, should we still talk? And I always say yes. For one thing, it feels more natural. If you were a hearing and speaking person, it will feel more natural to you as you interact with the baby. And we never know for sure how much they're really getting. So don't count anything out. Make sure that you're still using your voice. It helps you keep natural. Are you signing, whatever your means of communication is, keep using that, so that the child knows this is how you communicate. And so, they often are picking up more than we realize, or they might pick it up that day, even if they don't pick it up another time. Okay, so you're a communication partner, you kind of know the basics, and now you want to figure out, okay, how can we expand and make things, expand the skills and build on the skills, increase the skills. Okay, name cues are how you identify yourself. I have a name sign, Barbara. Okay, I use it, with any child that is learning sign language or using sign language. But you will need to find a name cue for yourself. It has to be permanent. It has to not change. Okay, so some people use like a bracelet. Okay, they have to be different from somebody else's. You have to make sure, you might buy cheap bracelets that you can buy 2 or 3 of, because somebody might yank one and break one, okay? You have to know that if this is how the child's going to identify you, you need that every time you say, hi, hi, Barbara's here, and if that routine is to touch my bracelet and that little thing hanging down there, okay, you're going to need that every time, and that's how you're going to identify yourself, okay? You may pair that with other things, but you need to find a name cue. And this explains really nicely how to go about finding them, some things to remember. So this child knows who you are, and you want to, so as you're starting to increase now, you've, like the little girl that knows the song, the You Are My Sunshine, okay? So then you can start to try to teach some of that individual vocabulary. Okay, you want to expand the concepts and the vocabulary and start to put some meaning to the objects or add words to the vocabulary. When you're in a routine, at first you're going to maybe just focus on one concept or one word, like diaper. We didn't get to see the diaper changing routine, but once you've learned diaper, then you can move on to wet diaper or dirty diaper. Okay. So that'll be the job of the communication partner and the team to figure out how are we going to take this to the next level. But you always want to keep moving along. You don't want to stay stuck where you are. One of the ways that you figure out if a child is ready is sort of like in the swinging game. She knew what was coming next, so maybe you're going to start to teach her a sign for swing. Okay, or maybe you're going to give her something to hold on to so that she knows what's happening. Conversation boxes are a nice thing to do. So, when you're talking about the community, some people talked about going on a walk, going to the grocery store. Take a box along, pick up some things that are associated with that activity, a McDonald's wrapper, the hamburger wrapper, whatever, put them in a box, and then the child can take them out, touch them, feel them, look at them, smell them, remember that activity, and talk to you about that activity. Oh, did you like McDonald's? Oh, do you want to go to McDonald's again? So conversation boxes, you can put them in a box, you can make little bags, but some way, that's that topic. You have to have something to talk about. Okay, you're not just going to be doing things to or trying to get some kind of, teaching vocabulary words at random. You're going to attach it to something and give that child something to talk about. So conversation, and there are also, if a child is in preschool or something, it all can serve also like kind of a diary. You can send it home, and then they can talk about what they did at school. Okay, it can be like a journal or a diary. It also, of course, is going to help lead right into some other kinds of literacy skills.